both families, the Markey family and the Packer family, for a beautiful wedding. It was an amazing ceremony.
Yeah. No one's
thank the amazing and solid and stoic and teacher-like Mike Kakapo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
He's a ninth grade teacher in New York City, and I very much felt like one of your students, but you're doing good.
Thank you.
And Joan, what I like to say is that you look unbelievable. You look so beautiful, speaking for every man. Yeah, maybe some other girls too. Stupendous, progressive woman, I don't know.
This isn't awkward at all.
So, I'm going to try to make this kind of short, but what I'm an expert on is boots. I'm an expert on boots. And so I'm going to talk about him for a while. And first of all, I'd like to apologize, especially to his family, for calling him Boots. Because it's kind of a wacky nickname, and he's stuck with it for life, whether he likes it or not. And for those of you who don't know, you know, it's kind of, it feels like a very rock and roll nickname. It's like Boots is very hard, it's very rock and roll, it's very, it's like a biker or something. But actually, just so you know where the nickname comes from, it comes from the beautiful cousin Jessica, who's over there, who was the tour manager for Stephen Kellogg and the Sixers, a band that Boots played for many years. And the reason she named him Boots was because, not because he was hard or cool or rock and roll, but because he loves to sleep. When he sleeps, he kind of curls up like a little kitten. And a lot of kittens are named Boots, like I used to Boots. He likes to sleep when there's like a ray of sunlight. He sleeps right This guy with the beard is kind of nuzzly. If you put your hand up, so Boots. And actually, by the way, it is a name that will haunt him forever because it comes up constantly. Even Boots and I had the privilege of meeting the mayor of New York, Michael Bloomberg, not that long ago. And when we met him, I said to the mayor, I said, "Hey, Mr. Mayor, nice to meet you. My name's Kyle, and this is my best friend, Boots." And he said, "Wow, nice to meet you, Bruce."
Bruce stuck.
But enough about the name, and more about the man. Who is Boots Factor? Boots Brian Factor is the most naturally gifted and talented person I've ever met. He's the most naturally gifted and talented person I've ever met, and that's the truth. And a lot of you people know on the surface what that means. He's an incredibly talented musician. You know, I don't know how many of you have seen him play, but I'm sure a lot of you, and those of you who have, he's an incredible drummer, an incredible guitar player, singer, songwriter, everything. He's the real deal. It's like he's in the band in 1973. He has that.
Yeah.
So there is some very obvious talent. But with Boots, the talent actually runs a lot deeper than that. It's not just his musicianship, but it's also the musicality of who he is as a human being. You know, one of those things is and I think for me the most important thing is his wit. He's incredibly funny. This guy is funny. I mean, if you spend time with him, you know, within 20 minutes we will be laughing. And it's not like a funny, like everyone has a friend who's like, oh, he's funny. He's like, in another life he could have been in Saturday Night Live or SCTV or Second City. He actually is. He's a world-class comedian. We know this. I mean, he really is. He's also a great actor. He's good on camera. He's got all these hidden gifts and talents. He actually is, believe it or not. But if I were to sum up all of his gifts and talents into one word, it would be generosity. He's an incredibly generous person, and that's related to all of those gifts. His musicianship, his comedy. He's not doing that just because he feels like it. He's doing it for us. We're his audience. I'm forever your audience. And that generosity is an incredible gift. So where did Boots and I meet? We met through music. We met through an amazing band, Stephen Kellogg and the Sixers, which a lot of fans did over there. And we met as musicians, but where we really bonded was through all those other gifts, this comedy and this like idea of back and forth. And what would happen is, I actually have to mention Cousin Jess again, because I'm very thankful for you, because she was in charge on tour of putting people in hotel rooms, who goes with who, on nights we had to share. And she'd always put Boots and I together. I think she sensed that spark. And there was nights where we didn't know it at the time, but we were developing this kind of two-hander thing, and it's like all of a sudden, our idols like Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Smothers Brothers, and those guys started coming out of ourselves and pulled and pushed each other to do that. And for me, what I found when I started really spending time with Boots is that I felt so happy that I found someone in my life that reminds me of what it feels like to be in 6th grade and have a sleepover at your friend's place and stay up until 3 in the morning. It's a sugar high, you know. So that's an amazing thing. But because of that, when we're together, we act like complete morons or idiots. Well, it's always that. Always. So when I heard that he had met a girl named Joan, first of all, I knew it was special because he's a very private person, and just the fact that I knew, his dad and I were talking this last night, just the fact that we knew that you had a girlfriend named Joan, it was very clear that it was a serious thing. And I got excited for you, very happy for you. And what happened was, the first time I met her, Boots had a gig in Philadelphia, and the plan was that we were going to drive up to Philadelphia together. And I was going to get to know you through that process. That was freaky for me because I thought, holy shit, we're going to be trapped in a car together. She's going to see us acting like complete idiots. She's going to think we're losers. Because we are losers. I mean, big time. And sure enough, we got into the car, and within we hit traffic. So we're sitting there, it's very quiet, it's very insulated, and within 30 seconds, we start riffing. Then we were playing like offensively bad southern accents, like, I don't know what we're going to get later. I'm not sure, maybe we will. Just dumb stuff. And in my head, I was thinking, oh no, she's thinking. But what happened was kind of incredible. She laughed, you know? And I watched her from the back seat, and I thought, oh, she gets the joke. You know, this is a girl that understands it. This is a girl that, like me, feels privileged to be his audience. You know, this is a girl who gets that he's not just a great musician or a great performer, but he has deeper gifts and talents that are to be appreciated. And I appreciated that, seeing that, you know. And then what happened is over the last 2 years, I got to know Joan herself. And through that, I realized that she's also an incredibly gifted and talented person. I mean, really deep stuff. She's incredibly kind. She's so artistic. She's rich. She's always at home. In a word, what I would describe it, her greatest gift is her generosity. So you have these two incredibly generous people sitting in the middle of this room who have found each other and deserve each other because of that mutual generosity. They give. These are givers. You know, they're not takers. And I'm really proud of you guys for finding that and figuring that out. That's a big deal. You know, for all of us takers out there, we thank you. Anyway, so listen, I like to end on a selfish note, which is not unusual for me. And that is that I thank you because, Joan, I'm mostly talking to you. In the last 8 years that I've known Brian, I'm happiest when I'm with him. And now I'm happiest when I'm with him, Joan, and Cora. I mean, that's the happiest place on earth for me right now, it really is. And I want to just thank you for that. And then on behalf of everybody else, why don't we raise our glass to the beautiful new couple, Brian and Joan Factor, to a long life.